Okay, so something that we're looking at doing here is moving our sons who suffered from bullying from a victim of bullying to a survivor of bullying to a veteran in that situation. Can you walk us through those steps and tell us what the difference is?
Yeah, I'd love to. Pretty much most of the things that you're going to see on the internet about bullying are just going to keep our son in a victim mindset. And that victim mindset is defined by sort of, woe is me, this happened to me, I was powerless, all the stuff that it's reinforced in the whole process of how schools deal with bullying all the time. But we want them to get out of that into a different dimension, a different way of viewing it, which is that, those bullying things, they were events that happened. Yes, I was kicked. Yes, I was punched. Yes, I was spat on. Yes, I was sworn at. Those were events that happened, but that doesn't define me. And at that point, we'd say that our child's become a survivor. But then there's another level that's way more healthy than that even, and that is where that they can then impart and give to others what they've learnt. So when they're not just focused on their own survival, but when they're focused on, well, how can I use this to help others? It causes our kids to have a higher level of compassion and empathy and to care for others who they would have in the past overlooked because they've been there. So we want to move our kids from a victim mindset to a survivor mindset. That's most mums or dads would be happy with that. But there's actually a better one, which is to be in the mindset of a veteran, someone who's overcome and someone who can use this to help others.
So at that survivor stage, it sounds like they're starting to understand that this is not a life-changing thing. This is just a series of events that happened to me.
Yep.
And once they get to that veteran stage, they can then use their knowledge of their own events to help out others who are in that situation, to impart that knowledge and to say, yes, this is just a phase, it's happening. And these are some of the things that you can use and that I've learned to deal with this and to move other people from that victim to survivor to veteran and repeat that process rather than that negative spiral of bullying.
That's right. And how much more effective is that? Your son feels like a man when he's at the veteran stage. He's not only been through tough times, grown through them and learnt from it, and now he's actually able to help others. He's able to be a resource for others. I mean, that's where we want our sons to be.
All right, Marcus, so a lot of times a boy who's been through bullying gets stuck with this victim label for, or the rest of his schooling career at least, if not further on into that. So their boys are being told that they're a victim from the school, from the social circles, from the bullies themselves. How does that label affect them?
Yeah, that label's so counterproductive. As soon as you tell someone they're a victim and they believe it, they go, oh, I'm a victim. They've lost all their sense of power. They've lost a lot of their self-esteem. They've lost their confidence. You don't want to use the word victim around your son. You want your son to be not viewed as, oh, he's a victim of bullying. You want him to be viewed as a guy who had a really tough time last term and look at how he's bounced back. Or Fred, who's, his peers sort of turned against him at times, but look how resilient he is. He's bounced back and he's made some new friends. Don't let that word victim even come out of your mouth when we're talking about bullying in front of your son.
Absolutely. And that term resilience you talk about there as well, that's a word that gets bandied around a lot, especially in regards to bullying. And so we often think of resilience as being someone who can just shrug things off and not let them affect them. But it's also got to do with the way that they react to certain situations, isn't it? And overcoming that adversity rather than just accepting it as a fact of life.
So true. Like, resilience can be a real cop-out too. Often schools will talk about, we want our kids to develop resilience. And it's just a way of them saying, we want to wash our hands of this and not take responsibility for fixing it. Okay, so be careful of that word. But at the same time, in its best sense of the word, resilience is knowing that what other people say or do is not a reflection of you, it's a reflection of them. If I go around, if I don't like you, Jared, and if I just push you around, do whatever, that's a reflection on me and my own poor self-esteem that I do that. And resilience is that that Michael must have an issue because, he doesn't normally do that, It's about our kids knowing that they've got the confidence to do what it takes and that other people don't define who they are.
Absolutely. So true resilience comes from that self-confidence and that self-esteem and knowing who you are and being comfortable and confident in yourself.
Absolutely. And it's not just a word, because a word is useless. It's when it's in here. It's when you know it. That's when it impacts you.